Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Encounters. And it's good to be on here. We're about a couple minutes before 11 p.m. Yes, indeed. We are ready for an incredible show again tonight. Good to see everybody here. All of you, I see you. Welcome to Jan R. Everybody. Jess Long. R. Hey, Dina. TikTok, let's go. Excuse me. Hey, good to see you. I got more apple cider, so I'm fully stocked with another half gallon of apple cider. I am not going to drink a half a gallon of apple cider, but I do have it. Good to have you all with us. Hey, One Toyota, good to see you, brother. Judy, welcome to the show. Diane, welcome. Hey, Diane. Good to have you here with us. Hope the Bigfoots are doing good. Everybody out there, Hectic Loving, thank you for the share. UNC Carolina, everybody coming new and old. We were on this morning. We're 2 shows behind. Oh, now my cat's going to start meowing as I go live. It always happens. It always happens. She was laying on the couch, now she's talking. Hey, Julie, good to see you. Marinee, peace, love, and light to you. Paul, welcome to our show. And we had some great interviews last night. Hey, Betty Malden, good to see you. Bob Palaco, I think it is. Hey, Bob, welcome to the show. Guided by Ancestors, good to see you. Hey, Gwen Jade. Gwen Jade, we're going to have to do some work with you, Gwen Jade. We're going to have to do some more work with you. Evidently, you're still connecting with the Zeta, and we need to do some clearing. You know, we love you, Gwen. We want to help you, but as long as you keep letting them come in, that's not a good thing. Hey, Alicia, good to have you with us. Welcome, Alicia. Everybody coming in, welcome to the show. And it's a happy Thursday night. We're almost near the weekend, which is good. Oh yes, Sue, good to see you. Good to see you. I'm glad you cleared up the apple cider. Yes, we did. And got another whole half gallon. Hey, Karen82. Yes, Dolores Cannon. Yeah, I'm very familiar with her. When she was alive, I used to read a lot of her material, and even I still do now. Her material is timeless. She was way ahead of her time. Emma Frost, yes, I do. I am very familiar with Dolores Cannon. Her information is really beautiful. Hey, Scrubs USA, good to see you. Hey, Papa P, I think it's Pee-wee or P something. Irish, welcome to the show. Hey, Len, good to see you, Len. Anthony Williams, welcome to our program. Thomas Mota, I think Brav. Maria W. I see a bunch of new names. Eli Rivera. But not going to drink a half a gallon. Hey, yes. Not tonight. I have a whole glass of apple cider. All day up in Quebec. Good evening up there in Quebec, Canada. Hey, Michael. Good to have you with us. Steve, good to have you with us as well. We're doing good. Hope things are going well up in your neck of the woods in Quebec. And everybody out there, welcome all over the world to the #1 spiritual UFO talk show on social media. So we were on this morning. That show's not on my YouTube channel yet. I have 2 shows going by dates I have to download at some point tonight or in the morning. Then I'll be all caught up, and then I got to download this show onto YouTube. But this show is being recorded. All my shows go on my YouTube channel, Ashtar Command Spaceship News. If you missed any of them, you can go to my YouTube channel and you can watch past shows that we do here on TikTok. Thank you, Jim, for the follow. We appreciate it. Jim Minton. Hey, Jim, good to see you. Lansing, Michigan. Sue House, welcome to the show, Sue. Meriwether, good to see you as always. Shell Bell, good to see you as well. Cheryl Barron, good to see you. Ulysses Grant, welcome to the show, Ulysses. Sassy Little Mama, welcome. Patrick, I think it's Almond. Welcome, Patrick. I see a lot of new names, and we're glad to have new people coming here and finding the #1 spiritual UFO talk show. Linda Martinez, welcome. Glenna Murphy, welcome, Glenna. Hey, Trask, good to see you. Hope you had a great day today. Kim, welcome to the show. Thank you for the follow, Michaela. Archer, Trisha North, hey, Trisha. Good to have you with us. Bowie Magic, welcome to the show, Bowie Magic. Winnie 942. BFC, all the people. Sonia Ario, good to see you. So it's going to get interesting tonight. We don't know what's going to happen. Scarecrow, welcome to the show. Lakita Ferguso, Barbara Miller. Good to have you with Jess. Welcome, Jess. Paranormal Ghostbusters, hey, how you doing in the Philippines? Welcome to the show tonight. Sammy, hey, good evening. Tommy Taylor, hey, good to see you, Tommy. Hope you're doing well. And we always assert the positive here, as host of the show and as host of WESU's 21 years of Cosmic Eye Radio on NPR Pacific Radio on Sunday mornings. I'm really very much a person that likes to accent the positive, no matter what we're getting into with the ET stuff. I want to keep it positive in terms of focus, and that's what I do here. So I always like to acknowledge people. If I don't acknowledge you, it doesn't mean I don't see you. There's just a lot of people here. Hey, Tom, good to see you. Welcome to the show. Crash Deluxe, thank you for the follow. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you, Sue. We appreciate you as well. Yuri's Clips, welcome, Yuri. Darren Wheeler, welcome to the show, Darren. And Darren, we're glad to have you back with us. I hope tonight you feel a little bit more comfortable after watching some of my interviews. I know Darren's had some stuff going on, and if you thought about it, Darren, I hope you slept a good sleep last night. We're glad to have you back, brother, and we'd love to help you out. And you tell me what you want to do tonight. If you feel comfortable enough to go on and share your story, I will definitely help you. I really will. Yeah, Sweet Tea, that's a good name, Sweet Tea. Hello, Commander and friends. I like that name. Hectic Loving, welcome to the show. Jelly Bean, that's another good name. Hey, Caligo, good to see you. Good evening. Good evening. Star Child, another good name. Death Babe 5, Vicky. Everybody coming in here. I see a lot of new faces. Tab, hey Tab, welcome to our UFO show here. We are actually on TikTok a show. Yep, we're not just a TikToker, yelling and screaming with a baseball bat or something and hitting a rubber cow or something with disco lights. Hey Gwen, I always drink sweet tea and ice. And Gwen, we're going to bring Gwen back on because Gwen needs a little bit more help from the commander. Let's see here. And we're going to have to help Gwen again a little bit. Are you versed in astral projection? Tom, I'm actually, when I, over the years, go to sleep, I do believe, just like anybody else, we do go out of our body. So we do project from our physical to our galactic level. So I'm pretty sure I don't remember everything over the years, but I know that I do. We all take journeys when we go to sleep to either our star family or things like that when we're going out. And then we come back, either sometimes some people remember stuff, Tom, and maybe sometimes people don't remember. For me, for whatever reason, I don't always remember. Sometimes I do, but it seems like I'm in the now moment when I'm awake and doing what I do. That seems to be the most important thing. Hey Jane, good to see you with us. Hey Gary Hask over in Iowa. Good to have you with us as well. Cultural commentator, hey Cultural. Mel's Cookie Corner. How long time silent viewer? Silent viewer. Well, we have a lot of those too, Mel. Mel's Cookie. So it's good that you cook cookies, because I'm one of those people. If you make chocolate chip cookies, I'll eat them all up. I would certainly be the first person to do that. I'm trying to do something here. What's going on? Mel's Cookies. And I bet you bake a lot of good cookies, Mel's Cookies. Let's see here. Oh, you're welcome, Tom. My star family is a Zeta, Grays. I'm a star seed. You're a star seed, but the Zeta, we're going to bring Gwen back up here. I want to get Darren up here, though. Darren, what do you think? You think you might want to come up here and share your story tonight? Let's see what Darren says. I know last night he was new to the show, getting a feel for what we do here. I'm hoping he feels more comfortable tonight than last night. Lavola, good to see you. Not tonight. They are too close. Okay. Darren, who is too close? Are you talking about the negative ETs? I find you very interesting. Are the negative ETs too close to you? Hello, Catherine. Good to see you. Okay, let me explain something, Darren. I need to explain something. Oops, let me just do this here. It's not working the way I want to. So, Darren, I work with the Ashtar Galactic Command. I am part of the Ashtar Galactic Command. We work in the highest levels of Christ consciousness. The Ashtar Command is now going after the Zeta and the Reptilians and a few other groups that have been doing things to human beings that are not too kosher, so to speak. So even though they're close, if you allow me to come, if you allow me to bring you on live tonight, I will have the Ashtar Command send 2 ships over your location, and we will go after the Zeta spaceships, and we will actually stop them. I can actually do this. Now some people are saying, how could he do this? Let me tell you something, folks. I've been fully activated. I've been getting downloads for months. The downloads are activating me to be able to do certain things that I wasn't able to do before. I'm promising you that if not now, when? That's the question. If we don't stop the Zeta from doing what they're doing to you now, when will we stop them? We can stop them. I am feeling really strongly about this. I don't usually get this strong about it, but I know that if you let me send those ships over, we'll go after the Zeta and we'll stop them. They won't be able to do anything. The Zeta are afraid of the Ashtar Command. The Ashtar Command operates in a very high state of consciousness and can stop the Zeta in 2 seconds. So I'm actually hoping you'll reconsider. The fact that they're really close, that's the best time for us to do this. Because they're really close to you right now, we can stop them. We can totally stop the Zeta. Right now. Right this minute. It's been 6 days. Whether it's 6 days or 8 days or 2 days, I would like to have the opportunity to have our Space Command come over your location and stop the Zeta right now. Okay? I can really stop the Zeta, not me personally. The Ashtar Command can stop the Zeta. I am in contact with them right now, the space people, our space family. They're watching this show. They're able to monitor my show from a spaceship. They watch this show constantly. You know? This is really, the situation you're in that they're doing to you is not good. Gwen, the Zeta aren't going to leave anybody alone. And Gwen, you also, I need to help you, because you're still allowing the Zeta to connect with you. The Ashtar Command can actually, I thought we had severed that communications with the Zeta when we had you on here, but I see we're going to have to go after the Zeta who've been abducting people that you told me about. Humans on their ship have been abducted. That goes against every universal law that is out there. They took my toothbrush Y and cut chunks of my hair. Darren, I know that, brother. I want to stop what they're doing to you. I can do this. I can stop the Zeta, not personally, but with the help of the Ashtar Command that I'm with. I'm with the Ashtar Command. I came here to Earth to not only bust the matrix, to do the media stuff that I'm doing, but to also assist people unconditionally, which I do. Unconditionally. There's no conditions on what I do here. Unconditionally. So when I see here, hearing what you're telling me, I feel like there's nothing I can do unless you let me help you. You know? Because if I don't help you, they will continue to do what they do to you. Now the question is, Darren, do you want that to continue or do you want it to stop? That's the decision you have to make. Hey, Rita, good to have you with us. Okay, Miguel, that's not our topic for tonight. So we're going to have you muted. Hey, hey, you, good to see you from Pittsburgh. Welcome to the show. This is Encounters, the late night spiritual UFO talk show, a show that is out of this world. The commanders, I'm so amped up tonight, folks. If you cannot tell, watch out. I'm in Ashtar command mode here. I'm in talk show mode too, but with what I see happening in some of the comments, I'm also in activated mode here. I'm ready to have some ships go out there and stop those Zeta right now. We're going to stop them. We're going to stop them tonight. Yes, indeed. You know? Hey, Blessed Mom, good to see you in Las Vegas, always. It's probably really hot out in Las Vegas right now. Oh, LL Baby says, I got a UFO on video the other day. Very good. It's good to be able to document these things right now. That's excellent. I love hearing the stories like that. Right now, my first and foremost concern that's been unresolved since last night is my hope was that Darren would come on live tonight, and he's still being having problems with the Zeta. I guarantee you, Darren, if you come on live tonight, you'll never be the same after you get off the live. The Zeta have threatened him. Well, let me tell the Zeta something. Once we have the ships go over his location, we will stop those Zeta. I promise you we will stop the Zeta tonight. I promise you that. Hey, Vermont, good to have you with us. My favorite state. A state where I used to live for 4 years up in Plainfield out of Montpelier, and had a lot of cosmic stuff happen. Do I think I can stop you? Yes, I do. This person, Galactic Reptilian, says, you think I can stop us? You can stop us? You are dealing with the Ashtar Command, brother. I can stop the Reptilians and the Zeta. And I've done it already with a number of people I've had on my show that have been attacked. I have stopped. And hey, Rod, I will, in the Christed levels of consciousness, stop the Zeta. Absolutely. Here we go. We've been watching you for a long time. This human being is going to start pulling this stuff. And I've been watching you guys for a long time do what you do on our planet. It's going to stop. But the Ashtar Command is going to come right after you guys. And we're rounding you up and we're sending you right off planet. And that's where you're going to go. So don't even start pulling that whole thing as a human being that you've been watching me. Because you're a human being on the TikTok saying we've been watching you for a long time. You got your cell phone hooked up. And now you're going to say, I've been watching you for a long time. Really. This is going to be an interesting night, folks. Do these other beings want to really go up against the Ashtar Command? Really? Are they that ignorant that they're going to try to do that stuff? Really? Oh, I am amped up here, brother. The Zeta are going to be stopped, and we are stopping them. I think as a human being, the way you're talking, because you are a human being, you have to understand that you're still human, and if you're aligning yourself with those beings, then you got a problem. Man, are we amped up here. And it's not even the apple cider. Okay, I'm ready for anything and everything on this show tonight. So watch out. And if you're watching this show, you know that I'm not in the mood for negative ET stuff. We're going to go after them. I do want to bring Darren up here. Yeah, right, Susie. They've been watching me. Maybe they want a date. Hey, Alicia. Yeah, I'm fired up. You know what? This person who's a human being who likes the reptilians and the Zeta and claims to this to be this and that is still a human being. You know, so he needs to have some wake-up reality time here. I am fired up, brothers and sisters. Watch out. Oh, yeah. Who cares? CIA, FBI, whatever. See, I know, and I don't even care if the CIA is watching this or FBI or whoever is watching this. You got to know I am the commander, and I don't care. Because if I cared, I would have cared a long time ago and not done anything. I wouldn't even be doing a radio show for 21 years, doing the work I do. I'm here to bust the matrix, and if any government people are watching me or are listening to me, then, hey, look, you got a problem. You're barking up the wrong cosmic tree with the commander. Absolutely barking up the wrong tree. Yes, Alicia, true. Only a fool trusts low-vibe critters. You got it. Hey, time traveler, 1965. Good to see you, brother. Or sister. Brother, I think it is. User 899, welcome to the show. We're going to get into some interviews tonight. I guarantee it. But man, if there's any trolls in here or people doing impostoring of being these negative ETs, I am going to block you from watching the show. How's that? Watch out. Watch out. Because I am fired up in radiant light that you've never, ever experienced before. And I know on this show, you never know what's going to happen, but I'm pretty quick around here. I've been doing radio and TV for a lot of years, so I'm very quick. You know. Hey, Katie, good to see you. Heavy sending love. We love that. We love that for sure. I've also asked the command. I want the command right now to clear all energies. I asked them before the show. I asked the Astro command to clear all energies. And if there's any negative ET connected beings that are watching this show, wherever they are, I'm sending the command right now to go after them. I have no idea where they are, but we're going to have them go after them right now, right this minute. My space family's listening to this. So if you think there's any negative ETs using TikTok, it's time to go after them right now. And I believe those people that are acting this way, they're going to be in for a rude awakening in a few minutes. I don't have to know about it. Hey, Maria. Oh yeah. Jesus Christ is a star person. He's from outer space. He's a star person. He's from the Ashtar Command, Jesus Christ. He came from a spaceship. He came to Earth, and then he went back on the spaceship. Did you know that? Hey, Romeo, good to see you, brother. Dawn Renee, good to see you. Kelly Leah. I'm really amped up with a lot of love here, but I'm also very protective of this show. Matter of fact, I'm going to send some energy out over the screen here. I'm going to send, you can't see it with the palm of my hands, but I'm going to send some energy out here. You don't even have to close your eyes before we get really started here. I'm sending a pulsation of energy. Hey, Mama B, good to see you. So I'm going to bring up, and I think Darren disappeared again. And he's so afraid of the Zeta, and I can't help him because he's not letting me help him. Darren, are you still here? Excuse me. Hey, Howard the Duck, or Howard T. Duck, welcome. Thanks for joining us, all new people. Hey, Amber, good to see you. I remember landing, Commander. I felt the ship landing before I was on it. Cinnamon Spice. Welcome, Cinnamon Spice. Let's see here what we got going. And we're going to have to work with Glenn Jade. We're going to bring it back up. I need to work with her again because she's allowing the Zeta to do what they're doing. So Glenn Jade, we can bring you up here. We need to work with you again. You know, evidently we didn't do enough to separate your connection with the Zeta. Let's see here. I'm reading comments. Hey, Mercury Man, good to see you. Hey, Alabama, good to see you, brother. Science, Psychology, Divinity. I like that name. I used to have dreams of Stonehenge was a portal to people made of light. Well, Stonehenge, believe it or not, is a galactic portal area. That whole area has portals, galactic portals. Stonehenge would be one of those areas. And the way this show works, we will get into some interviews tonight. You have to be over 18, no kids on the show. Hey, Johnny, good to see you, brother. No kids on the show. No paranormal discussion, no cursing, no smoking, no drugs, no drinking, none of that stuff. And again, no paranormal discussion. If you want to be a guest on the show and you follow those rules that we have, and you tell us in comments what you want to talk about, I need to know before I bring you up what your galactic cosmic story is. Have you seen UFO sightings recently? Have you been visited by space people? Have you seen Bigfoot, mer people, or fairies? All that stuff. Jackie F., thank you for the hat, and we appreciate that very much. And I think I set my goals here, so I do have goals set. I'm pinning the hat. We do have goals tonight. I have to remember that. So if you want to gift us during the show, you're welcome. Any kind of gift you want to do. That's totally up to the individuals here. Please like. Please tap on the button. If you're not tapping, when you do tap on my screen, that brings up the numbers on the upper right where it says 29.4. I want to get it up to 100,000 tonight. So let's do that, people. Definitely. Hey, Lifelight, good to see you. Gary, thank you for the roses. We appreciate that very much. Every little gift counts. Deja Vu, welcome. Thank you, River Blue, always. Thank you for the Tahar hat. We appreciate that. Hey, P&L, good to see you. Stephanie Hart, welcome to our show. Diana, Ray, Karen Gonzalez. Linda, thank you for being here. Linda, lovely. Sandy Olson. Hey, Sandy. Welcome to Encounters. This is a UFO show, so welcome. Welcome. You found our UFO show. It's good that people are finding us here. Did you look at the pictures? I didn't get a chance to yet. I will definitely get to them, for sure. I do promise. Blue Cindy, welcome. Thank you for the community thing. And let's see. In pursuit of something. Welcome, Jeff McInnes, welcome, Jeff. Hey, In Pursuit, good. Welcome to the show. And we will interview some people. If you have a story to tell, please tell us in comments what your story's about before I bring you up. You have to have over 50 people to go live on audio, and over 800, I think, unless they lowered it, to be on video and audio. Johnny Boy, welcome to the show. Lavola, welcome back. Katie, welcome to Encounters. And I'm thinking out of 179 people that on this show here, that out of 182 people, that out of that large number of folks, that some of you have had direct encounters with space people. So how many people here, and I like to do this since we have this many people on always, how many people are having direct encounters, physical, with space people? How many of you this year in 2024 have had personal contact with visitation of space people? I have science, psychology, divinity. Science, oh, interesting science you have. Science, we'd like to bring you up and tell us your story. I'd love to bring you up on the show. Let's see here. Hey Barbara, we see you. Good evening down there. Feeling neglected? You shouldn't be feeling neglected. We see you. Yeah, Gitsy girl, you told me your story, but this other person, I'm going to bring them up. Science. We're going to follow science. And science, we'd love to bring you up here on the show if you'd guest for the night. That's how I'd randomly select my guests here. And we're glad to have you on the show. Hey, hello, science, psychology.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, good. And what's your first name?
Sylv.
Salt, nice to meet you. And can you give us a background as when your contact started happening?
Oh, very, very young.
So how old were you when you had your first interaction?
To my memory, I was probably about 5 years old. I had never even heard of any of this. I was very sheltered.
And what year was for you? 5 years old. What year would that be? Do you remember?
Oh boy. That would have been 1999, I believe.
Really? Okay. Okay. So started at 5, and can you tell us a little bit of background? You never know why people are contacted. It always is an interesting story as to individuals why they're contacted by space people. Can you tell us a little about at 5 years old what the space people looked like that contacted you?
So, I don't know if you guys have ever seen The Lord of the Rings, but there's a particular scene in there where Frodo is injured by a blade that's poisoned.
Mm-hmm.
The image that he sees of Arwen, the main female elven character, is very close. It was like a combination of that, and then also, ironically, from the same film, when he puts on the ring for the first time in front of all those wraiths, and he disappears, but they all turn into like these light beings. It
Mm-hmm.
was a combination of that. I really couldn't see around them particularly, but I
Mm-hmm.
do remember that the sky was just scattered with stars. And
Really?
at that point, I was absolutely obsessed with astronomy.
Wow. So when you had your encounter with these space beings, how many of them were with you at that time when you were 5 years old?
I would say about eight.
8 of
It
them.
was, they were circled around me, and they were evenly spaced. Um, it was as if it was some kind of council position that they looked like they were conversing with each other, but they weren't necessarily speaking. And I
Okay.
certainly didn't know anything they were saying. There was a
Yeah.
lot of nodding going on, but there was
Mm-hmm.
one in particular that was just staring a hole right through me as if it wasn't sure.
Hmm.
So it was really unsettling. I wasn't known to have sleep paralysis, but I did have such deep sleep
Mm-hmm.
that nothing could get me awake. It was to the point where I had a broken body part, an injury
Hmm.
caused by my younger sibling by accident. They wanted to play with me, and I did not wake up, and they thought I
Mm-hmm.
had slipped into the other side, and I did have a
Mm-hmm.
pulse, and I just wouldn't wake up. So I was such a
Hmm.
deep sleeper that nothing could get me up. And every morning, I wouldn't believe it, except for every morning that I would have one of these dreams. I would wake up with three holes on my neck that were perfectly spaced.
Are you saying you had implants on your body?
I can't say that for certain, but I did find it very strange. It's a
Mm-hmm.
possibility that it could be a medical condition, but I it's perhaps a little bit too coincidental.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And that was when you were 5 years old, correct?
Yes.
So that was the beginning of your experience,
Yes.
correct? So what happens after you're 5 years old? Let's move forward a little bit. I wanted to give people a little bit on the show a background about your story. So now you're past 5 years old. What happens as you go forward?
Um, Bizarre things start to happen in my life. Uh, I have this thing with electronics where if I'm super stressed out, if I'm touching something, sometimes it'll fry completely.
It'll fry.
Uh,
You can so if you touch like a radio for some reason, and if you
it'll
touch it, it'll burn up.
Either that or the signal will get stronger. So if it's an older radio,
Hmm.
it'll just for no reason at all, the signal will get stronger.
Really? That's an interesting thing I've never heard before. Just by you touching the radio, correct?
Yep.
Do you have any idea why that's happening?
No, I've never gotten the opportunity to look into it or anything. I've always been a little bit worried that it sounds a bit off.
Yeah. So that happens. So did all this stuff start happening after you were 5 years old?
Yeah.
So do you feel like so? What happens? So I feel like you've been contacted for a lot of years,
Yes.
and you still have contact, correct?
It's been a while. I have gone out searching occasionally, just on a whim when I'm in an area that has a history of
Mm-hmm.
reports.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I currently reside in Colorado, and so I have the opportunity to be near a hotspot for that kind of thing.
Interesting. So,
Um,
so as you're after 5 years old, you've had a lot of years of interaction with these particular space beings. Can you tell us
yes.
more about them and what happened as you were getting older? Keep telling us about the contacts and what they were doing with you.
Oh, as I got older, the images, the memories, whatever you want to call them, they weren't nearly as clear.
Mm-hmm.
But they were still similar. Um, Still same light energy type personages,
Mm-hmm.
and it was just blips of conversation. My
Mm-hmm.
sleeping patterns began to change when I hit about 16. I no
Yeah.
longer had the unwaking sleep that I had previously.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I, at that point, at that point I lived on a farm out in Iowa,
Okay.
and I was out in a field, and I was just looking up at the stars. No particular doing anything that day. I was just trying to decompress and relax. And then a what I thought was an airplane came and flew over me, but it was dead silent. And I was like, "Oh, this must be one of those stealth planes, you know?"
Right. Right. Itself. Yeah.
Um, right. Except that it stopped, and to my knowledge, only helicopters can stop in midair.
So you said this plane coming over you stopped in midair, just stopped.
Just stopped completely. And then um, I decided to be polite because you never know if there is somebody there. It's always good to be a good person. So I said, "Don't worry about it. You know, I can just act like this never happened. I'll
Mm-hmm.
tell the story years later." And here I am.
Right.
Uh,
Now, when it stopped, did it have any? Someone's asking me in the audience. Did it make any noise? Do you remember?
no, no. Oh my gosh, it was quieter than a jaguar on a hunt. Okay,
It was just
this
dead
thing
quiet.
was
Okay.
silent. And
Hmm.
then I watched it back up in the
Mm-hmm.
exact way that it came forward, like it was some kind of roller coaster.
Mm-hmm. So
And you know how it's on the rails and it can only go forward and backward? That's
yeah.
what it did. It went back the way it had come,
Mm-hmm.
and at a certain point, it just vanished. Like all the lights disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
I can
It
only
it was
assume that it
gone.
was some kind of cloaking,
Yeah.
whatever. you know?
Do you think, and I'm getting the feeling that it was a spaceship that was able to change its style of look to make you think it was a jet or a plane, correct?
Yes.
So it wasn't really a conventional aircraft. It actually,
Yes.
I've done research on this. There are spaceships that can change to look like a blimp or an airplane or a jet, and they're not really a jet at all.
Right. And it was like dead of night. It
Hmm.
didn't have very bright lights on, at least not for the time period that this happened. This was about, I want to say, 2014, around then.
20. That's only a couple years ago. Yeah, that's pretty close.
And that was a very interesting experience. And I think at that point is when contact kind of ceased.
If so, your contact for people watching the show, this is Encounters Late Night Spiritual Talk Show. I have Science Psychology as my guest in Colorado, talking about his encounter with ETs and also the sightings. So, at some point, the interactions you were having with these ETs, it's just plainly stopped. Correct?
To my knowledge, it stopped. The only thing I can think of is they're probably just watching to see whatever it was. I like to think of myself as an endangered species in their eyes. Like they tagged my ear, they took my number, they watched me for a while, and they let me go.
So, do you? It's interesting you just said that they tagged me and let me go. So, are there any? Did you feel you had any implants put in you by these ETs?
I have survived situations that people don't survive. So
Okay. So,
something.
I'm almost tempted to ask you a question. When you say that, what do you mean?
I mean, I have not come close to, but actually been flatlined because I know
What is
TikTokers will.
flatline? What does that mean?
It means no pulse,
No
no
pulse.
brain,
Okay.
on multiple occasions. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not. I should not be here. I am here, and I should not be here.
Hmm. Hmm. That's very interesting. So, do you feel you're being protected?
Um, I don't know if that's necessarily the case, or if it's just a reactant to what might have happened, or if I'm just incredibly lucky. There's really no way to know without
Mm-hmm.
stuff.
Yeah. It's a very interesting story you're telling, and I really, honestly, I'm just listening to it. I'm like amazed of what you're talking about. I've never heard this kind of story before, so I find it really very interesting on Encounters to hear what you're sharing for the first time with everybody.
It's been a little bit difficult to live with it. I've
Hmm.
tried to speak to close friends and family members, and they called me crazy and clear up until I showed them what was happening, especially with
Hmm.
electronic devices.
Hmm.
And then they just went no contact. They stopped talking to me.
Really? So let me ask
Yes.
you a question. I'm not sure you need this. I'm not really sure about whether you need this, and I don't know how much you've watched my show. Hmm.
Actually, I just stumbled across your show. This is the first time.
Well, welcome to the show. So to give you some background before I answer this question,
Yeah.
so I'm not from here. I came from Mars, which is a planet with 10 to 15 million people. I came here as a volunteer. I had a human mother and father. They passed away. They're not here physically. I do have a lot of Earth-based cousins, relatives like anybody else, but I'm not. My consciousness is human, but my consciousness is also cosmic Christed consciousness. So I work with my star family. They're watching the show on a spaceship right now, which is true,
Oh.
on a monitoring screen, and they are men and women like us, very loving. I have two sisters and a brother on a ship, and so I've been activated in the last number of months. They've been really activating me to do more things than I've ever done before in my life here. And so what I do here is when I hear stories like this, sometimes think, do this person need some help? So my question would be to you is, I'm able to send space people to people's locations in a spaceship. And normally the ships are cloaked. about 20 to 30,000, 10, sometimes 15,000 feet above a person's location. Do you think that if we did this for you, I have a feeling what they can do is come in and they can assist you in making sure that you're actually having a much more higher vibrational level of light in your home and also for yourself. So that's what I do. I mainly dealt with abductions of people that have been abducted and have helped round up the negative ETs that have done this to people on my show. That's not the only subject I deal with. I deal with the positive aspects of star people and contact and so forth. But I wanted to ask you, would you be open to me sending a spaceship over your location?
I honestly, I have no fear of anything on
Hmm.
that level. So I would be interested. Yes.
Okay, so we'll do this thing. And for people watching my show or who are new, this is going to be an experience for you. I know that you've never seen before on TikTok or YouTube. I am real. I don't have like glittery lights or neon lights behind me. I don't have a crystal ball. I don't have pendulums. I'm not throwing cards and doing readings. What I do here is my mission work, and that's what I'm going to do here. So I'm going to send a spaceship over. Before we do that, I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to take a deep breath in and release. I want you to breathe through your nostrils, do it a couple of times, and then after you do it, let me know that you're relaxed, and then we'll proceed. And what I'm going to be doing, people who are watching this show, if you stick around long enough, you'll get to know why this show is what it is. It's not your normal UFO show. I'm not like a nuts and bolts guy. I don't wear a three-piece suit, and I don't talk to three-star generals. I do something much more important, which is what I'm doing right here. Give me a moment. Getsy, yes, they do Getsy Girl. They can do that also. That's correct.
If I'm
So,
able to, if I have that ability and I've got it, I don't know, somewhere in under lock and key, and I can help, I'm gonna put that foot forward to help. So.
okay. Well, first we're going to help you, and I do this unconditionally. I just feel much. I feel the love in my heart to help people when I hear their stories. I do this unconditionally for people, and that's why it's as real as it gets. So we're going to start. I'm asking the command to bring one ship over his location in Colorado. It'll be there in like 2 seconds. We're going to send 10 Ashtar Command people off the ship now. Do you live in a remote area or do you live in a suburban or urban area?
It's a bit more suburban.
Okay, that doesn't matter to the command. It doesn't matter whether it's suburban or country. They're going to be cloaked anyway. No one's going to be able to see them. Give me a moment. Okay, they're on the ground level now. Five of them are going to. Five are coming in. The other five are checking your property. They always like to do a clean sweep and make sure there's all the energies are of a very positive energy, a vibrational pattern. The other five are coming in. They go through a door of the walls. They actually break down the molecular structure of your wall, so they come right in. And they're in the room right now. Give me a moment. There's 3 women and 2 men. We have what we call a medical assistance team, which is different than Earth-based doctors. These are very beautiful, advanced people. We don't use medical procedures like people on Earth do. Everything they do is very advanced in terms of the understanding. So I'm switching over to more of my Ashtar Command consciousness at the moment. Okay, so I want you to relax. Don't think about anything. Clear your mind of all thoughts. Um, They're going to come towards your back. And I've done this before. For some reason, the neck, I'm learning as I've learned to do this, the neck is very important for some reason. So you're going to have one of them. Could one of you of the 5 touch his neck? Please touch his neck before you begin, just to let him know you're there. Please touch his neck. Relax. The other space being of the 5, the woman, can you actually touch the forehead? Not the forehead, whatever you think you knew. The forehead, I think you want to do, but the top of his head, can you gently touch it and let him know you're there? Relax. And when you feel something, let me know.
Okay, that's something.
When you say that's something, what just happened?
I did in fact feel sensation.
Yes. Were you feeling it from the upper part of your head, or where were you feeling the sensation?
Just the crown of my head.
Yes. Okay. They were gently letting you know they were there. Now we're going to get into the real work. So begin to help him. Make sure you guys know what you're doing. I'm just here. You're the medical people. I'm just here. Please, whatever needs to be done, make sure he has no implants. Whatever, if there's any implants, and I don't know if there is, please dissolve the implants and take them away. They're going to work on your consciousness, and they know you have no fear. You have a good energy about you. They're going to also work on your cellular structure. They're going to work on your etheric body. They do all kinds of stuff. And in a few minutes, you're going to feel different. They're also, the other 5 are now coming in, but they're going to check out your rooms. Do you have a basement?
Yes.
They're going to go into the basement to clear energies in there. So they're going to make it, it's almost like having people do a redo on your house. They're going to do a galactic cleansing of your basement. And also they're checking all the energy there. They're going to amp up all the vibrational energy in your basement. So when you ever go down there, you're going to feel a very lighter energy in the whole house, actually. And all of you, and the whole house is going to be different.
Thank you. That would be fantastic. This place is a little.
No. And I'm gifting this to you because that's what I do here. I'm doing a lot of this lately, and sometimes I question is why I'm doing so much of this now, but I know that's part of my mission work on my show here, and so that's been a part of the show now is to do what I'm doing here, and I accept that responsibility. So they're going to be working on your forehead. So thank you, Yu. So the other medical person, they're working on your forehead, the energy around the front upper part of your head. You should feel something very gently touching your forehead. They keep telling me forehead, so I understand that's what they're going to be doing next. They're going to be amping up your vibrational frequency in your body. They're also working your DNA. Within your physical body, your DNA encodements are being activated as we sit here. Give me a moment. Good evening, James. Good to see you, brother. They're going to stay with you mm, till tomorrow night. They're going to stay with you for 2 nights, tonight and tomorrow night. They're going to also have some more information to share with you. They're going to send, this is something they've done with a few people. They're putting invisible technologies around your house that will amp up the vibrational patterns on your property. And it'll operate in such a high frequency that nothing can come close to you unless it is of the highest frequencies of light. So they are setting those up now in 4 specific areas of around your house or whatever your living abode is. They're putting something on top of the roof. I got a vision of this thing. They're putting this thing on top of the roof. It's like a beacon of some sort. So they're gifting you with a beacon, it's a transmission beacon, a receptor beacon that will only connect with the galactic forces of light. So it's a transmission and receiver beacon that they're putting. It's like I see a picture of this on a roof. You have some sort of a roof that is perfect, and they're using the roof to put this thing there. No one's going to see it. It's going to be basically cloaked. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I think, how do you feel now?
There's not really a way to explain it, actually.
You don't have to explain it. That just what you just said explains everything. So that's perfect. What you just said explains the whole thing. You're good.
Wow.
They're really working on you right now. Thank you, Ashley. I want you to say this, brother, because this is really important. With everybody I work with, I want you to. This is so important. This is the affirmation and liberation of your cosmic being, of who you really are. So after me, I want you to say this. Keep your eyes closed and say this with as much strength as you can. I am a cosmic Christed being of light.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
I definitely can. I am a Christed cosmic being of light.
You okay? Sorry about that. Family.
That's okay. Family, that's okay. Family comes first. So what you want to say is, I am a Christed cosmic being of light.
I'm a Christed cosmic being of light.
And you're going to say it one more time. I am a cosmic Christed being of light.
I am a Christed cosmic being of light.
And I, from now on, am liberated in that cosmic reality.
And I, from now on, am liberated in that cosmic reality.
There you go. Well, there you go. So you're good. That's it. They're going to stay with you till tomorrow night. And you're a beautiful being, brother. I'm glad you came on here.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that.
You know, when you go to sleep tonight, you are going to have some cosmic journeys of the positive kind. You might want to keep a journal in the morning, but you're going to be having some cosmic journeys connected with our space family. And just keep a journal of what happens. Okay?
Yeah, absolutely. I actually just got one. It's kind of ironic. It's got a whole bunch of suns and stars all over it, or excuse me, suns and other planets here. It's kind of neat.
Beautiful, beautiful. And again, your first name?
Sylv.
Sills. Okay, I'll remember that, Sills. Thank you so much, Sills, for coming on. Everybody, please, give them a clap, a round of applause for being here. Sills, our guest from Colorado, and the Ashtar Command is with him right now in his room, working with him. So we thank the Ashtar Command. We thank you, Sills, and we're glad you found our show. We hope you'll watch it all, a lot. And we're on nightly at 11, the number one spiritual UFO talk show on social media. We appreciate you.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right, everyone. That was Sills, who we assisted. I'm finding, and again, I can't say why. I find that I'm helping people since last year. It didn't start right away like that. I would just do interviews with people. But I've been activated now by the command to do this. So I take full responsibility when I'm doing this. I am amped up in such a way that I can switch consciousness into an Ashtar Command consciousness level, and that's when the ships go where they need to go to help people. You know? And everything I do here is real. I mean, I never used to do this. I've always worked with the Ashtar Command. I've always been with them. I always knew I was a star seed and I came from Mars, but this is all new. Okay, so it looks like this person needs to be taken out. Let's see here. I'm taking this person right out, right now. Bye-bye. The commander is the host of the show, so I can take people out if I wish to. It's exactly what the host does. And let's see who else we got here. Divinely Guided, that sounds pretty good. We're going to bring Divinely Guided up here. And you're watching the number one UFO spiritual talk show. I'm the host, CmdrAleon from Mars. I work with the Ashtar Galactic Command. I've been on radio, on NPR radio for 21 years. Divinely Guided, I love that name.
Oh.
Welcome.
Oh, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, you're sounding great. And what's your first name?
My first name, okay, interesting. My first name is Samuel, and my last name is Harvey, which translated in Hebrew is God's strongest warrior. So I think that was like such a cool coincidence.
Yeah, really, yeah. Right?
But
well, hey, we're glad to have you on here. And what would you like to share with us tonight?
Dude, so I've been pretty much an abductee my whole entire life, and I have loads of stories to share. I mean, how much time do we have on here?
We got a lot of time. And if you've been an abductee, I also want to gift you. And we'll get into your stories first. But if you accept my gift like I did with before with our other guest, I'd like to be able to do that for you as well.
Oh, thank you. That would actually be much appreciated. Sure, thank you. I mean, I don't usually accept gifts from people. I'm usually like the gift giver, but...
Well, we're going to help you, but I still have to hear your story first to know what I need to do in terms of our Ashtar Command people coming to where you are. So let's get into your story and find out what's happening.
Oh, okay. So pretty much I've had a whole family history of actually UFO and extraterrestrial phenomenon sightings. It's like pretty much been going down my whole family lineage. And my dad got abducted. He got probed, but I'm pretty sure it's the Greys. And then I guess that all like me learning that about my family, I guess that was such an indicator. I guess it was an indicator of what was going to happen in my future. Like, it's such a it's such. So
your whole family, experience. Samuel, your whole family, each generation has had a history of abductions by the Zeta.
Really?
Well, no, because you said the word gray. Well, the Greys are really Zeta. There are no Greys. They're called Zeta. They're from the Zeta Reticuli system. Just so you know.
Oh wow. Okay. Thank you. All right. Let's see. My first experience was when I was 14 years old, and I originally, I'm a starseed, so I originally didn't come here. So I got the chance to meet my Arcturian family, and in a dream, it happened to me in a dream state, where I was presented in front of me. It was my mother, but it was just a disguise for me to get comfortable enough. And she said, "Oh, would you like to take a ride in my spaceship?" And I was like, "Okay, sure. Well, why not? Let's go." And I get into the spaceship, and I remember I was falling unconscious, and I remember waking up in the ship. It looked like a normal hospital bed. And I remember looking at the doctor in front of me. He looked normal. He looked, I don't know, he kind of looked strange, like white hair, blue eyes, just staring at me. But I knew I had this keen sense that, I was safe and I was protected. And he was actually checking my vitals and anything that needed to be healed in my body. So after that experience, I guess my consciousness was placed outside of my body and I was kind of in like this bird's eye perspective of me. I was in this Arcturian ship, and I was walking out of the examination room with actually a reptilian beside me, guiding me into I guess the
Hmm.
main room where all the Arcturians were. So
Mm-hmm.
they guided me into the room, and there's this really, I'm in a spaceship, and how the spaceship is set up, it's like a mat. I think it's like there's a black floor. There was a whole bunch of orange technologies in the room. I saw like about nine Arcturians, and I was kind of guided towards the front of the spaceship where the big windows were, where you could like,
Hmm.
you were able, I was able to see Earth, right? And I was I guess the Earth, in that reality that I was in, that Earth, it actually exploded somehow, or like something happened with the Earth. So I
Huh.
died there, and I got the chance to, I guess there was like, they told me, would you like to come with us or continue life in an alternate reality? So I was confused, and it was kind of pushed upon me so fast. So I was like,
Yeah.
okay, I'll experience an alternate reality so I can continue my mission. So then after that, I was guided by alongside this Arcturian being. She was guiding me down this red carpet where I saw these two Arcturian beings. One was a younger one, and one was like full age, I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm.
And I just remember speaking to her, and I was scared, and she just let me know that I was okay. She said that we are your family. You were one of us before you came here, and you have a really important mission here on Earth. And we
Hmm.
want to relay your creative project to you. And I
Mm-hmm.
was like, oh, I didn't even know like anything about aliens about that. So project, I was like, project. Well, what is this? What do I need to be doing? She's like, she spoke something into my subconscious.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not able to recall it now, but basically she relayed what my mission was, and she
The
told me that
Arcturian,
I
the
would,
Arcturian, they were
yeah,
talking to you telepathically, correct?
telepathically correct, yes.
Yeah, that's what they do, telepathically. Go ahead.
Telepathically speaking to me, she spoke it into my mind, basically about like what I'm supposed to do here, and she told me that I'm not going to remember it completely. It's going to be in bits and pieces, and after that experience, I don't really know. I think I felt unconscious again, and I woke up in my bed with the, I don't know. It was pretty vivid. I didn't know. I was like, was this a dream? Like I've never dreamed about aliens before. Like
Mm-hmm.
it was so bizarre to me. I couldn't conceptualize it, and then that's
Yeah.
what like it. That was the catalyst for me awakening on my spiritual journey. I guess you know.
Wow. So this is interesting because I listened to every word you're saying. So what was the reptilian doing with the Arcturians in this
Oh,
particular mode?
okay. I'm trying to figure this out because I thought I didn't know because they have such a stereotype around them that all reptilians are negative, which is completely untrue because any being could be positive or negatively oriented. So I guess I don't know. I guess the reptilian, because I'm not gonna say that. How can I say this with protecting myself without showing
Well,
too much?
let's put it this way. There are reptilians, unfortunately, that have done really terrible things on this planet for over 70 plus years, even before current humanity. They've done it since the time of the Roman Empire. The thing is, there might be some that are regretful of what they've done, or maybe in another time frame, there are some that aren't like that. But all the people that I've helped here with reptilian problems and the Zeta problems, they had reptilians that were doing negative things, and there might be a few that, like any kind of thing, where maybe where they come from, there are some that don't like that the things that other reptilians are doing. That could be completely possible. But
Yeah, I
again,
definitely.
was this in like another reality? Do you feel when you had this
No.
happen?
Oh yes. Oh, I'm so sorry. I forgot to mention this, but I was actually, they brought because they don't exist on this dimension. I remember her saying that they had to actually raise me up to the fifth dimension. So I was in the fifth
Hmm.
dimension on the
So
ship.
they
Yeah.
raised you up when they took you. Somehow
Yes.
which is not unheard of. They took your energy of your physical body from this physical reality, and they amped up your vibrational pattern so you can be
Yes.
at their vibration on their spaceship, correct?
Correct. Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, I
Definitely.
completely understand that. I believe they can do that too, yeah.
And what's another part? I'm still kind of uncovering this because it was like, it's kind of it's not traumatic necessarily, but
Hmm.
it's scary. It's foreign and I don't know. I'm just trying to conceptualize it, but a few parts that I'm
Hmm.
hit that I actually miss is that they actually taught me how to project energy out of my hand in order to heal things from my heart space, and I remember that, and I also remember them telling me that I sh- I don't know if I should say this. Can I say this?
Well, as long as it doesn't get me in trouble. Can you say it in a clean
This
way?
might,
Could it be?
yeah, but I
No,
actually
let's not say it then. You can
let's
message
not
me
say
about it.
it.
Let's
Yeah,
not. And I've always been in good standing on here. I want to keep this show up on the up and up. So we'll skip that part of it.
we'll see.
But I would say I find it interesting. So you are activated. You said in the palm of your hand. You are activated to what, like be able to do things like healing.
Yeah. After that, I was able because they let's say they awakened a genetic portion within me. That's all I'm gonna
Mhm.
say. And then
Okay.
after that, I started noticing that I was able to move things with my mind. I was able to see
Interesting.
things. Yeah, I was
So
able.
let's
Yeah,
go
to
into one
remember
thing.
stuff.
There's so many things you're expressing. So you're able to move things with your mind. So let's look at that, for example. If you're in, let's say, a restaurant that was maybe empty, and there was like a flower vase on the table, you can physically now move that flower vase from where it is.
Well, because it's a training process. It's like the more
Yeah.
it's a muscle. Telekinesis
Right.
is like a muscle, and it involves a
Right.
lot of.
I understand that.
But if I were able to actually, am I able to turn on my camera and get there? Let me see it. Oh, live access needed to go. I don't think I have enough followers, but I'm actually
Yeah, I
able.
think you're
I'm
getting
able
there. I
to
think.
lift light objects with my mind.
Yeah, you're not having enough falls. That's all right. You're doing very good here. So, interestingly enough, so you've been given the knowledge of how to do this, and you're practicing and practicing, which is good. You're practicing to activate those parts of your consciousness that are latent abilities that they're telling you you have the ability to do. Correct?
Correct, yeah.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Absolutely.
Okay, and that was just one abduction experience. I've had countless. I've had like
So
probably
tell us another.
yeah.
I want to hear another one of your. You've had so many of these experiences. When did they start happening? These abductions.
I'd say I feel like they've been happening my whole entire life, but I wasn't consciously aware of it until I was 14.
So you
And
were 14.
yes,
So how old are you now, if I may ask?
I'm 17 years old.
You're 17. You have to
Yes.
be over 18 to be on TikTok, I believe.
I don't. Are you sure?
Yeah. And
It's
somebody tell me what's the age requirements on TikTok, folks? I want to have you on here. I just don't want to get in trouble.
yeah. I no, I completely understand that.
Um,
Can you
you're
post a
18.
video of
Are
this?
you are you 18?
I'm 17.
You're 17.
Yes.
Well, okay.
Honestly, I mean, I
Well,
respect your decision.
you're 18 now. So
Yes.
as long
It's
as we keep it straight up like this, I think we'll be
yeah,
okay. You know.
yeah, definitely.
So you've had these abduction experiences, and tell us another one of the abductions that you've had.
Okay. What's coming to mind? This happened about a year ago, where I was in this. I'm not really sure if I was dreaming or not, but I was walking up this hill, and I remember seeing this UFO descending from the sky, and
Mm-hmm.
I remember it landing right in front of me, and then I remember seeing this. There was one woman, and I think that she was the leader of the ship, and it was like four men, and she looked human. I'm pretty sure she looked human, and I just remember I was starting to slip into that unconscious state, But
Mm-hmm.
when I was into the ship, I became conscious again at one point, and I remember looking around, and I just remember seeing this hollow. I was completely naked. I'm pretty sure. I'm
Yeah.
not sure if they were performing a surgical, I don't know, something on me. I just remember
Mm-hmm.
looking around at all the technologies in the room, and I just remember seeing
Hmm.
the hologram. Yeah, I was standing on this metal plating, um, completely naked. I felt completely comfortable, by the way, just standing up. And I remember she was placing her fingers on my lower back disc, so I'm not really sure what she was doing there. I just
Right. So
remember.
let's just be careful with what we're saying, just because we'll keep it like PG-13, so to speak.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. And I remember looking in the ship. It was all white, and it was like there was copper in there, and there was like blue holographic technologies, and I saw like they were displaying uh, this DNA strand. They holographically projected this DNA strand in front of me because it was like helping them with their like whatever surgery they were performing on me. But I feel like what the energy that I felt from that is it was actually a human race from in the future tunneling back
Hmm.
to help. So I'm pretty sure it was a human race, but it was like it was us when we were more advanced.
Okay. So before we went into so you're saying in this other human race, it was in another place in time when they were advanced on many levels, and then as you look at the current human race, which is on this planet here, where we're not that human race that you're talking about, correct?
Yes, correct. Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure yes. And
Oh, oh, he was taken off. I think he was taken off. I don't think he was able to stay on. Hmm. Yeah, I think it's 18. You know, you got to be 18 or older to be on my show. You know, that's the rules. It is 18. Okay. Well, we have to just, this is the first time someone came out like this. And I usually say, are you 18 years or older for my show? So you got to be over 18. Well, you're watching Encounters, the late night spiritual UFO talk show, the number one talk show on social media, and not even that, the number one talk show here on TikTok. I'm host of WESU's NPR radio show every Sunday morning at 11:30 to 1. Don't forget to watch that. We also broadcast it here on TikTok, which is a great thing. And we've been on that radio program for 21 years. Let's see here. Yeah, he was. Well, next year when he's old enough, he'll be able to come after his birthday. Hey, Kit Kat. He was very polite, and it's too bad. What are you going to do? But I told you, it's always interesting on this show. You never know what's going to happen here. You never know. So again, you have to be 18. If you're not 18, I can't bring you on here. It's not my rules, but that's the rules. If you've been having contact with star people or space people, if you've had been abducted, or if you've had sort of mer people or fairies, Bigfoot, if you've seen crop circles, we deal with all the galactic cosmic areas on the show here, so we'd love to hear your stories. And it's now about 12:16 a.m. in the morning on a Friday morning. Thank you for the team bracelet. And we're still drinking that's not sweet tea. We're drinking apple cider. What am I talking about sweet tea? We're not even doing any sweet tea. So welcome everybody. Vinny, thank you for the follow. Vinny C, thank you so much. And we have 7 more hats with a mustache to go. I do have some goals here, so please share and like. If you also have not done any gifting, please feel free to gift whatever you wish. Gitsy says, I drink apple cider twice a day. Very good. And we appreciate all our moderators and the work they're doing. We'll be on here till 1 a.m. this morning on the East Coast. Holy chasing Bigfoot. Tahar, Paula. Katie says, in the room, a blue orb came in through the window, said something to me, and I said I was scared. Katie, I think we need to talk about your story. Katie. Oh, Katie doesn't have enough followers. That's a bummer. But I did read her thing. I'm going to put it up to tell you. Katie says, in the room, a blue orb came in through the window and said something to me, and I said I was scared and instantly woke up. Interesting. I did read that. Go up further. She tells me to go up further. Let's see, how far up do I go? I'm going up. I don't see any other things, Katie, except the part about the blue orb. Okay. Thank you for more power. Thank you for the heart. Okay. We're glad to have everybody here. Hope you're enjoying tonight's show. And all our shows are on YouTube, so if you miss a show, go by Astro Command Spaceship News on the YouTube channel. My Twisted, thank you for the finger heart. We appreciate it. Then I was looking, she says, around the room, clear as day. So Katie was looking around the room. She woke up. After having that experience, she wakes up. Sarah says, thank you for the heart me. I appreciate it. I heard a boom. Interesting. Interesting story. So she heard a boom. Was looking around the room, she says. The orb came through. Sloan, thank you for the cheer you up. I like that. Thank you for that gift. She needs to at least have another 40. Matter of fact, I just realized I can get you up to 40. Katie, we're going to get you up to 40. We're going to pin you. Everybody follow it. Well, first of all, Katie has to change her setting. Katie, you need to go and change your setting. Your setting's set to private, Katie. Switch it over to public. Come out and come back in the room. Go back out and change your setting to public. You have it set to private, and then people can follow you. So you have 18 followers. We just need to get you up to another 40. So if you hear me, Katie, switch your setting from private to public. That's all we need to do to get her up there to 50, and I can get her on the show. Hey, welcome, Divine Light Codes. Good to have you with us. Red One. Hey, Red One. Hey, Divine Light Code. Good to see you. KJKC, welcome to the show. Chris, welcome to Encounters. Hey, Red One, good to have you with us. Joey Boy, welcome to Encounters. Hey, More Power, good to have you. Welcome to the show. Zaina is here. Okay. Let's see, Jeff Thana, welcome. Hey, everybody. Sassy Little Mama, welcome back. Hey, Bridget, welcome to the show. Johnny, welcome to Encounters. I'm just acknowledging people. Hey, good to have you with us, Bridget. And when Katie changes her setting, I will be able to get her up to, hey, Shara, we'll be able to get up to 50 followers, and we were on live to tell her story. Let's see where she is now. River Blues, thank you. Tahar. Let's see here. And let's see where Katie is. Katie, you still need to change your setting from private to public so I can bring you on here. Once we get you up to 50, I mean. Thank you, drummer. Thank you for the heart me. We appreciate the gift. All the gifts we appreciate from everyone here. I'm just trying to catch up. Christina says, I can watch you in my sleep. Interesting. James Rockefeller says, yeah, I'm tired. It's the setting. Yeah, she's got her setting set to private. So if you're new to the show, and if you've never told the story before, we have 228 people watching from all over the world. You're watching Encounters. If you have an encounter story, if you've been visited by space people, if you've had contact with mer people or fairies or the Bigfoot or anything of that nature, we'd love to hear your story. Drummer, thank you for the team bracelet. We appreciate it. Just let us know in your comments what your story's about. Oh, thank you, Chara. You're a comfort, Commander, so I understand the listening and the sleep comment. Oh, this is interesting. I saw a starship. So, I think it's Aracelian Andromen, something like that. So that person that saw a starship, when did you see the starship? I'm thinking of bringing you up here to tell your story. What year did you see the starship? Araceli. Oh, it's Araceli, okay. So when did you see the starship? What year? When? Thank you for the team bracelet, drummer. Yes, you can definitely, Christina, share photos. If you know how to use that, we can have you on here, Christine. You can definitely share photos for sure. Let me see here. So I'm bringing Araceli up. If Araceli accepts our request, you'll be on the #1 spiritual UFO talk show on social media right now. So Araceli, welcome to the show. Hey, good evening.
Hi.
How are you?
Yeah,
Welcome to our
hi.
show.
I'm so excited to finally be able to share this with you because I've been bringing it up for a long time. And so what happened is that
Are
I
you able
was,
to come on the? Are you able to come on the camera physically? You know how to do that?
let me see. How do I look?
Hey, look good.
All right. Sure, why not?
Okay, great. Araceli is going to be on us live on camera. Are you using like some sort of Bluetooth?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do I
turn the
have to turn it
Bluetooth
off?
off. Turn it off, yeah.
How do you turn it off, John?
I did.
Oh, I did? Oh, yeah, we turned it off.
Okay, beautiful.
Okay. It's off
I'm
now.
still here. Well, it's okay. I'm still hearing myself coming through. It happens. I think it's off now.
Yes.
Oh, good. Now that you're much better with it off. So now we just got to get you on camera.
I don't know how to do that.
We're trying.
Okay, it's very. You'll see a little icon for a camera. It's like a light, like it looks like a
Yeah,
camera and a microphone.
It won't let me. Because we don't have 1,000 followers.
I think. Let me see here. Oh yeah. Oh, that's okay. So I understand why. But go ahead. Let's start with your story.
All right. So okay, so it was like 1:30 in the morning, and I just dropped off a friend and in Monrovia. And so I parked the SUV in front of my pad, and and I went inside the home, and so then I said, "Oh darn! I left my pills in the car." Or no, I left my pills in the car. So then I picked up the little puppy that we had, and I said, "You're going with me because it's so pitch dark where I lived." And and that was just for people if anybody was crossing around me. So then I noticed up on the sky that at first I noticed that the star had longer, when the star, you could just see a star, right? But
Right.
it's just glowing like that. Okay, but the star had long, how do you say it, like it was shining. Okay, it was just
It had,
shining
it was like
long. Okay,
it had like a radiant light around it, correct?
Yeah, the points, like
Yeah,
the like
point of
north,
light.
south, east, west type of.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so this is just a regular star that I saw, and I said, "Wow, that's weird. That star has long points. It was shining." And so I thought that's weird. And so then, for some reason, my head just turned to the left, and from far away I could see. I thought, well, maybe that's just a an airplane or something. Like where what is it? I forgot what mountain it is, but
And what state are you talking about? The mountain?
we're talking about California.
You're talking
San
about
Gabriel,
Mount.
yeah, like
You're
San
about
Gabriel Valley area. It's like
okay.
looking up at the Big Bear, like my. So the mountains are over there. It was like looking towards the San Bernardino area, but it's like
Oh,
far,
okay.
far. The Big Bear area. Where the snow goes and all that.
Are you talking about Mount Shasta?
Is that where Big Bear is, or something like
I'm
that?
not. I don't know where Big Bear is because I'm in Connecticut, so I'm not really sure.
No.
Anybody know what that is?
It's like from where I was in Monrovia, looking far to the end of the mountain, and but I don't remember Pomona area type of
So
thing.
is it like near Lake Arrowhead? Somebody
Yeah,
said.
there you go.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, you're in
Yes.
Southern California. Okay.
Okay. So I was looking I just glanced to the far left. My head just turned that way, okay? So cuz I was looking for, why is this star so shiny on this side? So my head just turned that way cuz that was very odd. So then
Yeah.
so I noticed from far away that there was a little light coming from the mountain area, and far away, right? So it's small, right? It's like I thought maybe it's an airplane or something. So I said, I'm just gonna keep my eye on it, because it's weird that star is so damn bright.
Yeah.
That was on top of where I was, and so then it was gliding, and it was just like, it was just what is it, flying real slow, just real slow.
Right.
And coming through. And now I have a where I live, right across, right, if you walk a few feet, there's like a water thing, a wash, okay. And anyways, so I was just, that wasn't in my mind yet at all. So then I see it coming from far away, and it was just coming real slow, and I took my time watching it and staring at it. And then all of a sudden, it's coming my way,
Yeah.
and I kept looking, going, well, the trees are in the way, and somewhat, and then I was like, what the,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
I kept staring up, and it was this beautiful, it did
It was
not
a, it was
look
a,
like UFO at all.
it,
It
it was
was,
a big spaceship.
yeah, it was like, it was like a, in the middle. I could draw it in the I wish I did draw it. Next time I'm gonna draw it out for you so you can see it. But and
Okay.
then hopefully I'll have more followers. And anyway, so so there's a star in the middle of this big gigantic looking freaking, like it looked like big as a football. I have
Yeah.
like a
Yeah.
big football field
Okay.
in my
Let me ask you a
backyard,
question. So
so
it was
it
as
was
big as
huge.
it was it as big as 2 football fields?
Yeah,
Yeah, it was a mothership. It was a big mothership.
yeah, I called it the starship because it
Yeah.
had a it has a big star in the middle, and then on the sides, on both sides, it had stars, like they're all holding on to each other, and the stars were side to side, and I couldn't get my eyes off of it because I wanted you know what, I couldn't find the camera because
Yeah.
friends and
Oh man, that
everybody
would have been
grabs the
great.
camera, they took off with, I don't know what the hell they did with it, and I
Yeah.
couldn't run and go look for it because I was gonna miss out. So I kept staring at it, and yes, it was bright, bright, like thunder, lightning. You know what I'm talking about? Like
Yeah.
thunder, lightning, and
So, but let me ask you a question, Araceli. So this ship is really big. Thank you everybody for the hat. The ship is really big, and it's there. And you're saying there were these stars. Were these stars imprinted on the craft of this mothership, or were they like just radiating separate
they
from the
were
craft
holding on
itself?
to it. They're like they were all together,
Wow.
holding hands, like holding
Yeah.
hands. You
Interesting.
get what I'm saying? And so,
Yeah.
and yeah, so I kept staring at it and staring at it, and I tried really hard to see, like with, like I try to zoom in on it,
Yeah.
with my eyes. And so I did notice that there was a, like a pole in the middle.
A pole. Can you explain what you
Yeah,
mean by that?
like just like a pole, like mm, um it looked like a metal pole, but that's
But
what I
what
noticed.
was it like it was it in the ship or on the ship that you were looking at, or
It
where
was like
was it?
in between the stars.
In between the stars.
Yeah.
So okay, so we have the mothership, this huge ship about 2 football fields in length. We have these stars around this huge ship, and
Yeah.
where was the pole was like in between the ship, or
Yeah,
how
I
did that
saw.
work?
Well, I saw it only like on one side of
Hmm.
of in between the star,
Okay.
this- you know, and
Yeah. No, it's
that's
I've
what I
never heard a
saw,
story like that. Yeah.
and
I never.
and and it was gliding real slow, and it was humongous, and I thought, well, I was worried about my eyes, and and because I know that the radiation and all that stuff, right? You know what I mean? The
Yeah, so let's ask you a question. So this big ship, folks, is going over. Where in California are you?
it were that day it was in Monrovia.
Monrovia is in California. Is that like near the desert?
Monrovia City? No, it's not a
It's
desert.
a city.
It's like it's a city like next.
Okay.
Yeah, like my neighbor would be Arcadia, and then
Okay.
Pasadena, where they do the
Yeah,
Rose Parade.
my reference point for California is terrible anyway. So, but so you're seeing this, and was this is at nighttime, correct?
Yes, it was like now
Okay.
going on 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. I went straight when after I saw it, I did run to my computer, and I looked up something about UFOs, seeing UFOs, and I wrote it down right away.
Yeah. Wow.
I did.
Too bad you couldn't have videotaped it. That would have
Oh,
been
I
a
know.
most
I'm so upset about it
you
because
know.
I said to
Yeah.
myself, I have not seen anything like that
Yeah.
ever.
No. Hey, that would
And
have been the catch of
yeah.
the whole world if you were
Oh
able to
yeah.
kind of get
And
that on video or tape it.
so what happened is I and so then after that um, of course, I ran into the house. You know, it was already passing by. It was like right there, and it's already going on my left side, on my left hand side. It's already
Yeah.
going there, and I ran into the house, and I mean, this thing was humongous, and
Yeah.
yeah, so when I went right inside, I called I called out my son. I said, "Hey, guess what? There's a UFO out there." So he ran outside, and he's right here. You saw
yeah.
me, all?
Yeah, I saw it. I saw it. It was like it was real huge. It was real
Yeah.
giant. And it was
So you saw it too. And what's your name, Matthew?
Oh no, I'm Jonathan.
I think. I'm sorry. What's your name? I'm sorry.
I'm Jonathan.
Jonathan. Okay. So
Yeah.
Jonathan, you're her son, and you also saw this big, huge spaceship, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It was very, very quiet too.
Yeah, it was quiet. You couldn't hear it
Wow.
at all, nothing, and it was so bright. And so then the next day, of course, I told my son, I said, Jonathan, I told him, I said, don't tell anybody what we saw, don't tell the neighbor,
Right.
especially one of the neighbors that, you know, I didn't know he was into this stuff, but my son went and told him anyways. My son did tell
Yeah.
him. And so he didn't get to see it up in the sky because he has a what do you call it, what do you call that, he had a camera
On camera. Okay.
to take care of all his decorations for Halloween. What?
Oh,
He had
okay.
his equipment outside of the Halloween stuff because he didn't want his stuff being stolen. So, anyways, but he showed my son on the camera the light of this thing passing through.
Yeah.
So it
Oh,
was
wow.
like a huge light. You know what I mean? So
Oh,
he
he
got
caught it.
that.
He had it on camera.
Only the ground.
The ground. Okay.
Yeah. So
Interesting.
yeah, his name's Mark. And so
Mark. Okay.
yeah, and so Mark had gone to the Queen Mary to ghost hunt. And then he said when he got home that all the cemetery things that he had put down for Halloween, he like, you know, he had them like grounded down real good, he
Yeah.
said. But he said when he got home that they were all like levitated up, like, you know, they came up from the ground, and he
Yeah.
said they were all pushed over to the side of his home, and
Oh,
he didn't
wow.
know why. He didn't know why. And I was like, and I saw his film, you know, that of the ground, how you could see the
Yeah.
white, you know.
Up from the ship.
Yeah. And then and so then I was walking back to home from his cuz he lived behind me, you know.
Okay.
So I had to walk back to my pad, and then I noticed a tree. There was a tree on the ground to my neighbor, and it had a burned tip, and she said she chopped it off because she didn't know why that it was burned on top of
Wow.
her tree. And I mean, I find that kind of weird, and
It is
because
weird.
it was
It's
only
a little
her
bit weird.
tree. It was only her tree. It wasn't like other trees.
Yeah.
I don't
for some
understand. So,
reason.
anyways,
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
and so then I told her what I saw, and she goes, "Well, yeah, I do believe you," she said, "because in Mexico," she goes, "I've seen a UFO nearby me and everything too." So, but I was just like, "Damn, I couldn't believe." I almost wanted to keep that tree. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
just was
Wow.
souvenir and stuff. And but I don't know why I didn't. But where I lived, in this home, it was like 100 years old house, you know, and it's in a really weird looking area. It's like, it's kind of weird. But anyways, that house right there that I lived in was totally haunted all the time. I mean, I even felt like I had how do you say it? Like I feel like I got possessed a couple of
Is that
times.
okay? So we don't get
We
we don't get into paranormal stuff. So we're gonna stay away from that.
Okay.
So you can stay away completely. But ET stuff, yes. Paranormal, no.
Correct.
So yeah, let's just keep. So the spaceship thing. When you saw the
Yeah.
spaceship, how did you feel besides being excited? Thank you, James Rock, for the love you. I appreciate it. Um, how did you feel? Like usually when people see a spaceship up that
Yes.
close, my key
Yes.
question is, what were you feeling? Like if you were to sit down and just look at it and it was right there, besides being excited, did you
Yeah.
feel like it was positive? What did you feel?
Oh, I felt. Oh, I just felt like. Well, I was scared that it was gonna pick me up for sure. You know what I mean? I was like, oh heck, but I didn't hide or anything. I was right there in the open, and um, I felt great. Honestly, I felt like,
Okay.
wow, this was the most exciting thing in my life.
So you have you had a feeling of not fear, but you felt great.
Yes, it was
Okay,
the
that tells
most
a lot.
beautiful thing in the world that I've ever
Hmm.
seen.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's an incredible story. And I always ask people that have these sightings, whether it's a small flying saucer or something this big, if you felt great, that says a lot. I mean, if you saw this big spaceship again, do you
Yeah.
think you'd try to communicate with it, the people in it?
I would love to communicate with that. Yeah. I was hoping to see an alien or something in it. That's why I kept staring at it where I couldn't even blink my eyes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
Well, you know
sure I
what?
probably closed my eyes for a second, but it wasn't to keep them closed or nothing.
Yeah, Rosselli, there really aren't any aliens, but there are non-terrestrials or space people or beings. Aliens don't exist, but the space people do. There are different vibrational energies of space people. So, but there aren't any aliens. That's a media terminology. So, if you're going to meet
Okay.
anybody, then what you want to focus is on. If you do ever have a meeting, you really want to be focused on positive encounters, like positive ET encounters. So I say ET like extraterrestrial, like space people that are Christed beings of light, the men and women that we're connected with, that am connected with the Ashtar, are all very tall men and women, and their children are a little bit shorter as their kids, but they are very loving people from other planets. So let's say this big
Yeah.
ship had a lot of wonderful people on it. I'm sure if
I
you can
did
remember
feel
this,
love, honestly. I did
you
feel
did.
love.
You felt
Yeah.
love.
Yeah.
Wow.
And my son said he felt honor.
You felt honor. See, I have a
Honor.
feeling I think that in that spaceship were tons and tons of people that were intergalactic travelers, meaning they are
Yeah.
space people. And,
Okay.
obviously you were meant to see that. You and your son were meant to see that. Do you
Yeah,
feel that?
definitely.
Do you feel that truth? Like it was supposed to be that way?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. I had told a friend of mine about it, and he said, "Did you know that they were going to come? Did you think they communicated with you that they were coming?" And I said, I guess so. I mean, cuz why would I be so like blessed to see that, you know?
Now here's the other thing, and one of my friends mentioned this. Have you ever heard of the CE5 application? CE5?
No.
Okay, you want to download. You've already have had visual contact with these beings or space people. What you want to do is get the. It's like $9.99. You can download it. If you have an iPhone, it's on Apple. If you have an Android phone, download it on Google Play, and it's only $9.99. So when you download it, you'll be able to listen to the protocol, read about the protocol. You're way ahead of a lot of people because you had this sighting. That protocol will help you reconnect with those space people again.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll check
Yes.
that out. And okay, CE5?
And five, the number five. So it's C like Charlie, E like Echo, five like in the number five. So it's called
Okay.
the C5 app.
App. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
CE5 app.
And you download it on your phone or whatever, and you can read it, and you want to read it and understand the protocol of contact. But because you've actually had this happen to you, you'll be able to actually do this.
Okay, I'm writing it down right now. CE5 app. Okay, got it.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, I got it. Right.
All right. Well, we're getting close to 1 a.m. in the morning here. So I want to thank you guys for being here, Araceli and your son, Jonathan.
Oh, I'm so
Uh,
happy I got to share it with you finally, because I've
yeah.
always wrote it down, but I wasn't able to speak about it. But I am
Yeah.
so happy. Thank you. Oh yeah, the next day, I really
Yeah.
couldn't get out of bed, and seriously, and I didn't go to the hospital or nothing. I didn't call 911, but that's when my head started, my eyes and my brain started hurting. You know what I'm talking
Really?
about? Yeah, because of
Wow.
the white brightness of it. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
mean, I was in pain, and then my son had finally he had the camera, and he that the next day he got, well, we don't have the camera no more because we moved out,
Yeah.
but he did record that there was those three little white balls.
Yeah.
You heard of those, right?
Yeah. Well, I know that there's orbs of extraterrestrial orbs, ships that are around this kind of craft.
Okay, they were up above our home that day, and he got
Wow.
it on camera at that time.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
yeah. And so he
Interesting.
goes and he brought it in to me and he says, "Look, mom, here, look what I got and this and that."
Look what I
And I
got.
thought, "Damn it, I wish you had that camera last night." And then my brain was just kicking my butt.
There you go. Well, I want to
Yeah.
thank you. You shared so much here. I know a lot of the viewers have to absorb this and take it in. This show is being recorded, and we will put it on my YouTube channel by between now and tomorrow. At some point, it will be on. I have two other shows backlogged that will be going on my YouTube channel. Astronaut Command Spaceship News. I want to thank Triseli and your son Jonathan again for being
Yes.
on our talk show. Thank you so much.
Yes, it's Araceli Jimenez and Jonathan Jimenez in the city of Monrovia.
And Marovia, okay. Well,
Yeah.
thanks so
Thanks.
much for being here. You've
Yeah.
been great.
Yeah. Thank you. I'm so happy.
There we go. And we'll let you down the thing here. This is Encounters. This is the late night show. I'll be right back. We might do one more interview. So if you've never been on the show before and want to be interviewed about your experience with space people or what have you, or the disclosure, all that stuff, we'll be right back here after this little mini break. Okay, and welcome back to the final part of Encounters, the late night spiritual UFO talk show. I'm CmdrAleon, your host, and we're glad to have everybody here with us. I do believe we have someone who wants to come on live here. I think it was someone all the way back. Speaker TSLK, I do in my experience, but not UFO, but spiritual. Christ consciousness, keep up the great work, Commander. Thank you, Winnie. Let me just go backwards here. I think there was. I'm just looking here. I'm going backwards a little bit. Oh, this is a person here. So Jackie, we're going to bring Jackie up. So Jackie, you don't have to call. You can come on the show, Jackie. This Jackie person, Jacqueline, I think it's Jacqueline Tatra 5. Jacqueline Tatra 5, if you're there. You'll be our last guest, I think, for tonight. And we also thank all our viewers from all over the world. Barbie Lewis, thanks for coming in here. Kelly Girl. We thank you for all the gifts. We thank you for getting us over 100,000 likes tonight. Everybody follow everybody else. We'll be on again tomorrow night on Friday night for another edition of Encounters, the late night spiritual UFO talk show. And we appreciate everybody here. Everybody have a good night. This show is going to be on my YouTube channel. I have 2 more shows from the last 2 nights, Hey Mike Masters, that we're going to be putting on YouTube. Honey McReynolds, thank you. I appreciate it so much. I hope you're doing well. We send you a lot of love and light. So thank you. And we will also answer your questions again tomorrow night if you have them. Yaya Spirit, thank you. We appreciate you very much. Thank you for the gift and all the gifts that we're getting. Thank you so much. Everybody have a good night, and we'll talk to you again tomorrow night on a show that, is out of this world.